And that was a saying that they told me when I first got, like, man, make sure you watch out for them sleeping giants now. So I'm like, the sleeping giants? What the fuck does that mean? He was like, man, motherfuckers that's real quiet, them be the deadliest motherfuckers. So I was like, and then I seen it.
Mm-hmm.
A white boy stepped to a black dude, called him all type of shit, man. So I said, yeah, well, if it'll be another racial riot. Black dude came to all us. The black dude was from Florida, but he had moved to Baltimore.
Okay.
He came to us. He was like, yeah, look, y'all stand down, man. He like, y'all ain't got to get into this. He like, I'm going to take dude out myself. So I'm like, what? A whole day went by. He came to us and said, hey, man, all my stuff packed, man. Y'all just chill, man. Just watch my back. Don't make sure none of the other white boys come up there. Slid in the white boy's cell. The white boy's in there laying down. And all you hear is doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ah! Get him off me! Get him off me! Man, when that dude came out that cell, I'm talking about, it was like 5 minutes. 5 minutes seemed like 30 minutes, bro. When that white dude came out that cell, he was bleeding from head to toe, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he collapsed down the stairs. So now everybody on point now, because now the white boys see it. Now they ganging up. So all the blacks ganging up. And now the police running in there. Everybody get to the cells, get to the cells. Going by that cell, man, it's like a fucking massacre, man. Blood everywhere. Everywhere. He done went in there with 2 knives taped to his hand and gave the white boy the business, bro. I'm like, quiet dude, very respectable. You don't see him getting into nothing, bro. The person disrespecting him, he go without even thinking about it. I'm like, this is what he like. See, I told that was a sleeping giant. I was like, God damn. I was like, yeah, this shit is serious, bro.
Yeah, it make you have to turn into somebody you think
Yeah.
you could be a laid back dude, but you got to be ready to go.
Man, you got to be ready to go. And it's like when we got into the shit, when we got into the riot, it was like, okay, all right, T, well, you known, like, ain't no question about you. So now they kind of like designate you to be like over the unit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey man, you over that unit. So like you run that unit. Anything go on, everybody need to come see you first. You know what I mean? If something go on in the unit, they need to come see you from Florida. So I'm like, man, I say, man, I don't want that. I'm like, man, I don't want that shit, man. He's like, man, we ain't got no choice because it's only like 4 or 5 of you over there in that unit, and we need somebody that we know that's gonna go. You know what I mean? To be over the unit. I'm like, man, I don't want that. I don't want that, bro. He's like, bro, we ain't got no choice. So I'm like, and bro, when I tell you, I was there in Kentucky, and then it's like it transferred over here to Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of Florida on Coleman. And it's like it's like going up there, being up there with no numbers, and then coming to Florida where you got a bunch of numbers. It was totally different. And I liked it better. Yeah, it was more violent up there in Kentucky, but it was just a lot of bullshit because there's so many of us from Florida that, you know what I mean? So I was like, damn, but I wish I was up there better, man.
Now explain to me about the DC dudes.
DC dudes is like, we call them hyenas. Because once they get numbers, they go to acting a fool. DC don't have a state prison. So every crime that they commit, they come to the Fed to do time. So they might be in there for breaking and entering. Or I got 10 B&Es or stealing cars. So you got a lot of crazy, like their mentality is way different from anybody I done seen. Like, a lot of them is gay. A lot of them gay on some other shit, and when they get numbers, they try to terrorize. They're trying to extort. They're trying to do whatever, and that shit is like it's man that DC in the prison system they got numbers, because you got to understand everywhere else got state prisons. DC on the state that don't have state prison. That's the only place that don't have state prison. So they automatically come to the Fed. So they got numbers.
Do the dudes? Did you notice the dude from Baltimore and Virginia clicking up with them?
Some like in the pen, sometimes they'll click up with them, but a lot of time like Baltimore don't want to deal with DC. Cause they were like, man, they on some other shit. You know, Baltimore, they on the violent shit too, but they more laid back. You know what I mean? They ain't with all that shit with the DC dudes be with, cause they get into it with everybody. They get into it with everybody. The Muslims, the Bloods, the Crips, the white boys, the Mexicans, the Spanish. It's always something with them because they got so many. It's so many of them. They ain't in there for drugs.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of them in there for just for a little small shit. A lot of them just drug users and all that. You know, basers and shit like that. But it's like they some. But you know, you got some of them that's real. Like I was cool with a lot of them.